Hello Virgo, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. So today I'm doing a sweetheart tea, which is a self-love reading, right? So it's about loving yourself, and we've got to love ourselves, and how do we heal ourselves from our old things so that we can move on and move forward, right? Have breakthroughs, not breakdowns, and find the self-love inside of ourselves. So this reading is constructed to see where we've come from and what the healing elements are around us and how we can work in the world with those, and sort of our partnerships, but more importantly, how we really focus on looking after ourselves. So it can be really interesting what the vibes come out of this. It is Halloween as we're going on, Virgo. So thank you for being here. I guess it's Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, I should say. And if this doesn't feel for you, it's not your energy, I won't be offended. It is a very specific group that might love me, and that's okay. All right. Animals and companionship. So you're going to have a focus on animals and companionship. So this is really earthy. This is really getting out in there. There might be a cause that you want to support. There might be a pet that you might want to get therapy training with. There are some ways to connect with your animals, and maybe take a dog for a walk, right? Take them out into the bush maybe. All right, but getting out, getting into nature, might be time to get to the zoo. All right, respecting what you've got around you. That card is sitting there. What have we got? This is a cave. That's from the last reading, so you might feel that too. It's a bit of protection, right? There's a little bit of protection in there. Protecting yourself, looking after yourself. Maybe you've got a cause that you want to protect and look after your animals, right? So, we are in the Halloween season. So I pulled out a few witch decks. Oh, travel. This came up today in the Witches of Xanadu. If you're here from the Witches of Xanadu, thank you for being here. All right, if this is your first time, thanks for being here. If this is your repeat offender, also thanks for being here. All right, you might have some action. Maybe you need to travel to the zoo. Maybe you need to travel to Africa to see the giraffe, right? There's an abundance, but there is some sort of action going on. Maybe you need to make some travel plans. Do you want to go see somebody? Is it time to break free? Maybe you have been restricted from movement, right? I'm also going to give us one from the garden. We're going to give us one from the garden, Virgo. What have we got growing in the herb garden for Virgo, this sweet hot tea? Oh, the heart. Getting to the heart of the matter, but the strength of your heart, the potency of your heart here with the fennel. It is a fire vegetable, and you can see how it's shaped like a heart, but it's also speaking your truth, defending your truth, your morality. This definitely would align with the strength card in the tarot. All right, but this is a real, strength of your heart and really connecting with that. All right. Strength of your heart, Virgo. Beautiful. Connecting with the strength of your heart, really connecting with the nature and the love around you. And maybe you really are looking at the environmental issues in your area around you. Right, so, gotta have one from here. This is the Tony Common Selenaro. I was gonna say, if you want a deck around that is just good for some sort of just guidance every day, just a little bit of love in your life, this Heart and Soul deck is beautiful. Beautiful in what it says. It's beautiful in its pictures. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see what it says. You are entering a deeply emotional time in which you will ponder the deeper spiritual questions of life. This is a time for self-discovery that deepens your connections to Mother Earth, right? Your friends and your family. It is a time that your emotions may overflow, but this is a good thing, for these are precious moments that bring a great gift of healing. All right, so you might feel that you're being sensitive, right? And you're really connecting to the Gaia energy around you. I use a Gaia deck in my TikToks, as the first card. I find that that's really earthy, something very different. All right, but we are connecting. You're connecting to the strength of your heart and the animals that we've got around you, and we've got talent. We've got your talent, and you're breaching out there. I thought it said travel because I did see the travel card today. So you're using your talents. Let's forget about going somewhere. You should go somewhere because apparently I brought that up. But you're using your talents, right? Should have put my glasses on. All right, so we've got our strength and our animals, and you're really connecting with that. You're really connecting with your environment. You're connecting with Gaia, which is probably why you're here. I do a lot of fire elemental stuff. I'll be doing elemental tune-ins in the next few weeks for everybody. So we're going to move to our self-love. Let's see what we got. We're going to do 5 cards for how we got here, and then 4 for your healing, and 3 for how you're going to end the 3D world. Whoa. How we got here. This is very fire. This is potent masculine sexual energy, drive, lust, faith, belief, action. All right, this could be you. This could be you embodying these qualities. That's where you come in here. So you really are manning up, I guess. All right, we don't like that word anymore, but we do. All right, but we've got a balance here. All right, you're also looking after your intellectual mind. This is the Queen of Arrows, so this is our air queen. Great combination, I always find, with these combination together. So this could be a match that's feeding each other. Somebody who is as intellectual as spiritual, because that air does feed the fire inside of here. Doesn't have to be a fire-air combination. Could be any combination. What's really inspired could be that you're dealing with both, that you are both of these things, that is your masculine, feminine, that you're feminine, you're actually working on a much more logical heart basis, and your masculine is from a really passionate, driven basis. And you've been empowering. This is power. This is willpower. Your willpower is about faith. It is part of our spiritual being. All right, so you can overcome the obstacles. It's not about you bullying other people. It's about taking the power internally and using your power to stand up for your beliefs. All right, this may be a power couple that we're talking about here. This could be a power couple that we're talking about right here. Right, but there's a power, sometimes power struggles with this card, but it's really about you centralizing and bringing in your personal passion, your magic, standing up for your stuff, what you believe in, right? Whatever this is, it's bringing this euphoric thing. It's bringing a euphoric nature to your world. This is experiencing emotions through your senses. This card does warn against escapism, so drinking too much, partying too much. It also does worry about going into depression on the other side of it, being forlorn. But it really is about experiencing your emotion through your senses. It's a 5, right? So, are you dancing in the rivers of life? Are you dancing in the rivers of life with this person, with this feeling? You're making decisions. This is decisions of faith, what you believe in. Can be twin flame energy. I've seen that the 4 can be twin flame energy also, because it is the marriage card. So you've got 2 and 2. All right, but here we're making a decision, what we believe in. Trusting our intuition. Trusting our faith. Feels enjoyable. Feels like a great spot to be in, Virgo. All right, stretch my legs out. You can't see, but I am wearing my Halloween house pants. Halloween pumpkin house pants. They've got Batman masks, just to fill you in, because you're missing out. Okay, and so 4 cards. All right, Virgo, 4 cards. 4 cards. Oh, reflection. Reflection. This is looking back at your life. This is the transition. This is the transition of your mind. This is what we talk about in 6 of arrows, right? But this transition here, and we're talking about, we remove emotions. We've got the Queen of Emotions sitting in here, all right? But we're removing and we're holding the moon. This is a very Pisces card to the side, so we can reflect back on ourselves and we can look back at our life while we're in this transitional moment. This is akin to the Hangman. So it's about getting perspective and gaining perspective. Sometimes in this moment you can see why things happened. All right, when you gain perspective and you take your emotions away from it, and that might be why you're intellectualizing this, so you can see it without that perspective, or maybe this is something we're now looking back at. But let's keep going. All right, 3 more cards, Virgo. So it is looking back at your life and looking about how you got here. All right, so we have the King of Arrows. So this is our Justice, our King of Justice. He can be quite intellectualized and he can distance himself from his feelings and just disconnect himself entirely. So he can be very protective, can be very social. He's about social issues, not necessarily, he's more like not necessarily humanitarian, but very decision-orientated, fair justice comes in his arena. So we've got a thinker just there. So you might have had blocked communication inside of here with these 2 here, or it might be that real reflective spot inside of here. All right, so 2 more. This is a spot that's coming forward because this is a healing element. So maybe you're going to communicate yourself a little bit more clearer about all of this because you are, you're communicating clearly. Or there's healing. So, yeah, it's perspective. The Knight of Wands. This is a player energy, but this is about not settling down. This is still about chasing your divine stuff. This is about still getting perspective. It's like, they can be monkish. He's seen as a player. He sort of gets a bad rap. It is passion. It is driven. It can indicate travel. All right, he's a go-getter. He's going to go get things. He's not ready to settle down. He's not the king. He is still learning what he actually believes in. He's still looking. All right, but we have the Queen. So we have the Queen of Stones. So this could be you, Virgo. This is obviously she is really empowered. This woman is the follow-through after what we would say is the magician or the shaman. That creation, that healing, that manifestation, she's able to take it and live it. She sort of lives the dream, right? Virgo women, living the dream, right? And so this is a real strong foundation, and this is really looking at this. So this is a really interesting line. This could either be a lot of people in here. It's embodying the qualities that these, like, and so it might be you're still communicating, you're looking back, and you're looking at what you believe in, but you're grounded in this energy, you're grounded in this search. Again, these could be people that are involved in your scenario. You would know by now, right? So these are healing elements. If they are people, they're great people to have around. If this is your family, then they've got a great family to be around. And maybe you are reflecting on that element is part of your healing inside of here. Reflecting on where you've come from maybe is part, but reflecting on these particular parts of your life and where they embody is a transition. You're going through a transition. You're moving across. You're right. There's a growth phase inside this. And that, again, could be interactive people inside of that. So where do we go now? Let's go. How do we apply this to the world? Let's see what links it together with these court cards in here. Because we do have quite a few people inside of this. This could be a no-talk situation as well that's progressed. So there has been passion and it was, you know, maybe there was some intellectualization and now we're looking back at this situation. Maybe there was a power struggle to find this emotional bliss in here and you've made a decision. That could also be the way that this is working. All right, so this also could be a couple, but there's still not settled down energy between it, or there's a distance between that needs to be travelled for them to be reunited in some way, shape or form. That sort of could be that as well. Take that as you will. I'm going to play a few stories apparently inside of this reading. So let's move 3 more. Thank you for still being here. These are not for everybody. They are for a specific few. I have a small viewing, so if it is you, it is actually you. All right, because we are following our ancestor. We're following them through the greenwood. We're following our path. Whatever this transition is, whatever you spent your time thinking about, logic, maybe you actually have been forming business. Maybe you've been seeking wise counsel, this can be. All right, because this is about like following your path, following your dreams, following what it is that is meaningful to you, following that North Star. You're already part and parcel. You are already in the right place for your soul to progress. All right, getting in the right place for you to set yourself up. You really have honed in on what it is you want, Virgo, and following your ancestors. Perhaps there's stuff that you want to research, you know. The Celtic deck, this Greenwood deck goes with my Irish descendancy, right? So, my Irish, Scottish descendancy. English, Europe. All right, so we have a challenge. Physical challenge. This is step it up. This is step it up. This is stones. This is taking on a physical challenge. You can see it. 2 mad March hares battling just there, out there for dominance, right? It's sort of breeding season sort of stuff, but we're really talking about like taking on that challenge, a physical challenge of getting out there and smashing those 2 things, making your life, making your career, making the things that you want happen. They don't come out of nowhere, right? We wait and have all this stuff, but there's time for action inside of here. You've done planning. You're now in an action phase. If anything, you've done like you've found some sort of, this might be you found some sort of security inside of here, inside of this passion, and how you actually bring that and bring it into play. It's time for you to take action. You've made the plans, right? Follow your dreams. Follow it in. You live your life, right? Live your fantasy. That's what hippie means. Live your fantasy. Live your life. Take on the challenge to live your life. Be dedicated. Dedicate your mind. You know the happy thought. You know what the happy thought is and what it is that it is in your mind that when that triggers off, it goes on, right? That's what you need to be dedicated to. Stop throwing your arrows all over the place in frustration. Really hone in. This is finishing a course. This is getting your plans together, getting your contracts together. This is getting your stuff in place. All right? Really might be taking on the challenge of education. The next card is education in this deck. All right, but this is really bringing together that really being dedicated to your cause, putting your mind behind it, putting your body behind it, putting your soul behind it. That's what this is. You're actually taking it on, and that's the middle of this reading. All right, so 2 for partnerships. All right. There's no T's on my all right. All right. All right, all right. All right, Virgo, thank you still for being here. All right. 2 for partnerships. And we've got some little love. Got a bit of love. This guy's a tough nut. He gets knocked down and gets back up again. And maybe that's where your heart is. Maybe this is another person in here. This is messages of love. This is intentions going somewhere. Where Page would be a little bit juvenile intentions. Might actually be a bit more dreamy and really wishing for things. This is really action and he's really going after it. And he goes through a transition to get it even, right? goes through a transition to get it, to be in that partnership. So it might be somebody really stepping forward, might be you, or you're going to heal. And this is going to be healing. People see this. Maybe they're seeing that you're emotionally healing yourself, because again, we hear here, we've got mind, body, and soul. We're connecting our root chakra, really grounding ourselves, which is that protection card that we were looking at earlier. We are looking at your talents, and maybe you're talented with animals, but we are looking at your talents and your strength and your inspiration, and really connecting, emotionally connecting with everything, and healing all parts of yourself inside of this, Virgo. All right, so it's a really good connection. People are seeing your heart, or this is a connection that might be healing for you. That is still, so this, turns over. If these aren't people that you were with, maybe this could be, all right? Maybe this is your heart, because these readings generally, self-love, are about you. And I'm going to make a bet that there's people out there that can see that they are every single one of these people. It's not about being multiple personality, right? It's about seeing the balance in all of your parts of your energy. So we have one more, no tea. All right, one more for the sweetheart tea. The sweetheart tea. All right, this is our protection card. This is where we pull back. Our Four of Cups. This is where it's no drama llama. This is no drama llama. You're filtering your emotions. We see this air sign queen inside here. We see her here. We see her here. This is filtering through your emotions. These cups are running out here, and they're just filtering back up. And it's the only card that does it in. All right, so you're going through that. Maybe you're refining your emotions inside of all of this. All right, so it's not saying that your love life is boring. It's actually saying there's no dramas. This is a healing card, believe it or not. No dramas is beautiful. All right, you're just going through, and maybe this is still connected to this, refining your emotions, looking at perspective. You're healing your heart, and that's definitely what is in the middle of all of this. You're really empowered, and you've really taken decisions of faith and connecting to something, maybe getting more information, getting more wisdom, really connecting to something more mystical and more balanced and earthy and sensual inside of this, to follow your path and take on a challenge inside of here. And it really is dedicated to your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul inside of this reading. There's a lot of all the elements have presented themselves, from the king right through. So we're really earthy. We're really connecting. Take time. Take time with yourself. Take time with your animals. Take time to get out there. We're really investing in our talents inside of here. All right, and you know that. You know the strength of your being, because you've walked right through it. So there could be supportive people inside of here. This could be your path. All right, Virgo, I'm going to draw a couple more cards just to give us a little bit more of a round finish off. Let's see what we've got in a little bit of a... Ooh, this is a Sacred Creators Oracle. All right, because you've come out with talents. Let's see what we got. What do you really want? Hone in. What are you dedicated to? And we can say that. This is your dedication, and it's a 9 even. Look at that. What are you dedicated? This is your talent. What do you really want? Because this is a talent deck. All right, so shift the way to new potential. Be the change you want to see. Sometimes you need to take action before it's logical. That is sort of what this card's about. So you're trusting your intuition, trusting your logic, and trusting your grounding. All right, Virgo, I really hope that you are safe and well wherever you are in the world, and you enjoy this Halloween season. I will be putting out some hot tea sometime soon, trying to get my readings back up and get going, because we had a bit of a break. Thank you for being here. I hope you like the new setup, and I will catch you on the flip side. Mahalo.